Right, good afternoon, everybody, and happy Sunday. I hope you've all been having a great weekend. We are live this afternoon. My name is Kay Sparrow, and I'm going to be talking to a really hardworking lady this afternoon who is in the same online business that I am in. So if you are watching live and you can actually hear and see us, just drop a 1 in the comments and just let us know that you're there. That would be great. And if you are watching the replay later on, just perhaps pop a hashtag replay in the comments. And if you've got any questions, drop those in as well, and we can have a chat later on. Anyway, so without further ado, I am very happy to introduce Anne to you. She's a super hardworking mum, homeschooler, and a farmer, all flying solo. So, and I'm very pleased to welcome you this afternoon. And I wonder if you can just perhaps tell us a little bit about yourself and what was happening in your life before you found this business.
Yeah, so I've got 5 children, homeschooled them all. The eldest is 24, so obviously I've been doing this for a little while. I was with my husband for over 30 years, and then last year we got divorced. So things changed quite a bit, really. So where I had thought that sort of financial security, I had financial security, and that's what the aim was. Actually, it was financial independence that I needed, and that's the difference. That's what changed, and that's what was the point of getting into this business. Then the need for a different financial situation, and also I had spent a lifetime, it seemed, supporting somebody else to chase their dreams and their goals, and now it was my turn, my go.
Okay, so would you say that was perhaps your line in the sand moment when you realised something needed to change in your life?
Yes, it was. And then I mean, that was the point that caused it. And then there's been other things along the way that have made me it's been a journey. It was the divorce that made me think, actually, I need to do something here. I need to support. I've still got 2 underage children, so I need to support them, and I need to keep things on an even keel for them. And then there's been a further journey after that as well. But that was probably that's what brought me here. Yeah.
That was your deciding moment. So, that's obviously a big upheaval for you, massive change. Can I ask you what has changed the most for you since you started this business?
Yeah, so I think being a mum and being a supporting role to somebody else, I think that I had lost an awful lot of my own self-confidence, actually, and self-worth. Yeah, it was in tatters, really. And I suppose that would be, a fairly huge change, that I am now, looking at myself I'm more prepared to back my.
Okay.
I would always sort of hang back, and it was always about other people. Now I'm moving a bit more into a position of, I get to have a life here as well, really.
Yeah. Well, that's great. So, obviously, moving on, what would you say that your biggest achievement, so far has been in your new journey?
I think the biggest achievement, and the one that was most needed, was in personal development, really. I think, when you get to a certain point in your life, you're carrying an awful lot of baggage. I lost my mum when I was very young. My family contested her will. I was totally on my own. The rug was well and truly pulled from underneath me. So I've been carrying a lot of baggage for a long time, and it's actually, it produces very unhelpful coping mechanisms and patterns. And I think it's the personal development of regaining, some confidence in myself, but also them being able to see, things like patterns around money and how I feel about money, and how I feel about backing myself, where I would always back somebody else. Now I think actually I can do this, a bit more confident that I can do this. So it was, it's the personal development part of this really that has had such a huge impact so far. Still a work in progress, but nevertheless it's it's good.
And I think that's probably it can be one of the most important aspects of coming into this business, the amount of support that we receive. It's not just about selling products. It's a journey of personal growth, and I think for many people, like yourself, and I know I speak personally as well, it really is a journey of self-discovery as much as anything else. So one last question. What are you most excited about for your future and the future of your family?
I suppose I mean I'm excited to move along with this business. There is so much potential. So much potential. There are so many people going ahead and showing the way. And I'm excited to actually follow that, to actually develop myself into the person that I'm capable of being, and that in turn for my them security. And it also sets a role model that they can draw on in the future. That even when things don't work out, you can make the choice and make a difference, make a change, and all it is that one decision. So I'm looking forward to having the financial stability and security. I don't want a lavish, crazy life at the moment. It's the security of knowing that if I want to do something and within reason, I can do it, that the bills are paid, there's enough there, that if something happens, it's covered. For my children, that we can go on a day out, or they want to take up a new sport and I can support them, that I have the time and the finances to support them. It's just that little picture in your head of what that would
just having that peace of mind, I think, isn't it?
It is. It's not about first class travel or traveling the world, or maybe it would be later on, but right now it's could we have a holiday that I can make the decision, and we've got everything, any mishaps or anything like that, it's all covered. We could go on a holiday, we can even just go for a meal out, without thinking, what's the money like, what is what's the situation with money.
No, that's great. So in our business, we are currently running a series of masterclasses which are being presented by some of the top leaders in the business. Alongside this, they're also running a mentorship over the next few months. So, Anne, can I ask you the mentorship? What has the power of mentorship meant for you so far in your journey?
So, the mentorship, I think, shows you the blueprint for how to do. It's the how-to manual from, like you say, industry leaders. They're ordinary people, lovely people, but they are industry leaders. And so it's not only this can be done, it's how this can be done. So it's an inspiration. It's an inspiration. It's a driving force, because of course, when you come into the business, you don't have a track record. I actually had never even heard of network marketing before. I had never heard of affiliate marketing before. You know, I had nothing to draw on. And it's borrowing the belief of these people that brings you along. You know, you are following in the footsteps of people who have done it. They've started, they've been there, they've been through the trenches, they've put in the repetitions to improve their skills, to build their skills, and they are passing on that information. And it's incredible to have access to these people, really.
It is, yes. And of course, these people, they all started at the beginning, the same as we all have. You know, they came into it, maybe some of them had a background in marketing or corporate sales or whatever. But a lot of people who've come into this business have, as Anne said, they didn't even know what network marketing was. They don't have the tech skills or the sales skills. So this is why the mentorship is so important. So Anne, just one final question for you. If somebody is sitting on the fence wondering whether this might be for them, what would your words to them be?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's something that my mentor said to me. It was her line in the sand, and it was somebody said to her, if everything stayed the same in 5 years' time, would that be okay? So, you know, if you are in a position where you're looking at your life and you're wanting a change, if you don't make the decision, everything is just going to be the same in 5 years' time. So if that is, if there's something not quite right, just make the decision. You've got absolutely nothing to lose with this. You can, you know, get into the platform, you can have a look. There is no risk whatsoever. You know, you can speak to people, experts in this. You know, you've got nothing to lose. You've got nothing to lose and everything to gain. And, you know, if it isn't okay for you for things to be exactly the same in 5 years' time, then just start, take a look.
Well, thank you, Anne. That's very wise words. So thank you so much for giving us an insight into your journey here. Like I said, we have got a series of masterclasses and awesome mentorship coming up. So if you are curious about what it is we do, or you're thinking about you know, creating a second income stream or even replacing your existing income, drop a ready in the comments and I can message you with all the relevant information, or just reach out to me, Kay Sparrow. You can drop me a message, see what this is all about and whether this might be something that would suit you, and we can take it from there. Anyway, Anne, thank you for joining us this afternoon, and all the best with your venture. Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.